Hello, friends. I'm Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday. We're going to test out a whole bunch of motors today. We've got 0702 32,000 kV. We've got 0603 26,000 kV. And then Zotek from WeBleedFPV sent me over some prototypes. Prototype 0702 26,500 kV motors and 28,500 kV motors. I might fly these 32,000s. You guys have seen these a couple times by now. I might not fly these tonight because 32,000 kV versus 28,500 is not super fair. The purple rig has 0702 30,000s on it. So I think we're going to head-to-head 0702 30,000s made by Happy Model versus these prototype 0702s. I'm not going to show these to you. Zotek probably doesn't care, but I haven't specifically asked him if he's okay with me showing these to you yet, so I'm just not going to show them to you. But yeah, so we'll do 0702 30,000 versus 28,500, and then we're going to do 0603 26,000 kV versus 0702 26,500 kV. That's kind of the closest that I've got. I mean, technically I could compare the old 28,500 0702s to the new ones. But I think it would be more fun to, and I will do that at some point here, but I think for the sake of me doing it live, it's better to have a little variance in kV. When I'm trying to do this testing live, like, you know, I'm thinking about chat, I'm thinking about trying to not curse. So it's a little bit harder to kind of concentrate, basically. So, yeah, we will, come on, stop playing. There we go. We will test these out, and then off stream, I'll do some like closer testing. I'm very curious. The old Happy Model produced 0702 28,500s versus these new ones. I shouldn't be able to tell a difference, and that would be a good thing. And then the other part of it is, are they durable? And we'll definitely test that tonight. So, because, you know, I crash constantly, and so should you. In the chat, Cortez Campbell was first, Frank Nicholas came next, Bob Bruce, Riot 9, Danzilla the Terrible, Bulldog FPV, Cortez again, Bob Bruce again, Riot 9, RC Ritter, Flush FPV, Ram Donko, Chris Long, Metal Dirt Skin, C-Mac, Espander, Eva FPV's in the house. Eva's coming to hang out tomorrow. Me, Eva, and Patrick are going to tiny whoop the night away tomorrow night. It's going to be super fun. Espander, Eva, C-Mac, Fly High FPV. What's up, Fly High? Good to have you. Ramdanko again, Gusto, KJ Newton, what's up, friends? If you want to talk directly to me, all you gotta do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange like this. You can do that with anybody. Just make sure you get their name spelled right and the spaces in the right place. So if I wanted to type into a chat comment and have Bulldog FPV show up in orange for him only, I'd have to spell his name correct and put a space between Bulldog and FPV. It's the damnedest thing. Hey, this is my full-time job. If you like this content and would like to see it continue, I rely on support from people like you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Not you, fuck you. You, for sure, you. No, definitely you, Over on CiottiFPV.com, there's a million ways that you can support me. Patreon helps me out the most. For 10 cents a day, you can join the Patreon. If you're into FPV, I know you've got $3 a month. It's not an expensive hobby, but it's also not a cheap hobby. So take 3 of those FPV dollars a month and give them to me, or else I'll starve to death. And you don't want that on your conscience for the rest of your life, do you? Look how thin I am already. Look how gangly I am. What if I disappear? It could be your fault. That's a bit much. There's an Etsy store where you can buy yourself something nice. You deserve it. Over on Fiverr, you can work directly with me. I'm going to help you build better, tune better, and fly better. Over on Teespring, there's some fun apparel. Again, buy yourself something nice. Yo, you're worth it. You haven't bought yourself something in like 15 minutes. PayPal, if you want to do a super chat, but you don't want YouTube and Google to take 30%. FPV Exchange is just a great website. And then look at all these affiliate links. If you're doing an order on the internet for anything, someone probably has an affiliate link to that store. If you want the people that create the content that you like to watch to continue creating the content for you to watch, see if they've got an affiliate link. I have them to WeBleedFPV, Newbie Drone, FPV Cycle, Amazon.com. Why did I say Amazon.com and not just Amazon? Get FPV, Oh My God, Flywoo, Banggood, Camera Butter, and AliExpress. And there's a bunch of other random links down here. Click them. Your life will get a little bit better. I promise. In the chat, Bob Bruce tagged me and said, "Oh, we early. How's it going?" And the gangly gang. Bulldog after said what's happening. Denzilla Terrible says, "And I missed the first bit of the stream. Dinner, don't do anything until I get back." All right. What if I did that for like 15 minutes? That's it. I'm caught up. Caught up on the chat. I've done that a couple times, and every time it gets longer. I'm just warning you. I'm just warning you. I need to run the Ethernet cable. The stream did it freeze just now? Did it like not when I was frozen, but when I started to move around again, did it freeze? I assume that it froze, or it might just be OBS freezing. Look at this, it looks like pee. Kind of tastes like it too. I'm putting these prototype rigs on. He's secretly breathing. I did not stop breathing. I can stay very still though. Back when I used to play airsoft, which is, you know, paintball on steroids, I got really good at staying like really still because we would hide. Kiz Bartlett says, going all Bear Grylls up in here. Yeah, we'd be hiding from other people trying to hunt us, and you'd get really good at at being very quiet and very still. Man, it'd be so much fun, like to have like either just an individual person or sometimes like an entire squad of people just walk like 10 feet away from you, just right past you, and have absolutely no idea that you're there. I always get such a kick out of that. And like at that range, usually we're not shooting each other, so like you weren't in fear of being hurt. You didn't want to have to walk all the way back to respawn. Or wait the 20 minutes to respawn. At those shorter ranges, you would just like call for surrender or just say like bang bang, and the other person would be like, okay, I'm out. Because it's better than getting railed in the face by a 400 foot per second full auto AEG from stupid range. Riot 9 says Aaron Grills. Aaron. Airsoft is paintball on steroids. Are you mad? I mean, not in terms of pain. Paintballs hurt worse. But in terms of, like, tactics and actual, like, play style, and realism and hardcoreness, paintball is more like flashlight tag, in my opinion. You know? Just, like, running around. Paintball is like a mix of flashlight tag and manhunt. You guys have the game. So up in the Northeast, we had a game called Manhunt. It was basically hide and seek, but not really. It really wasn't. So Manhunt was played at night, and it was everybody versus one, and there was like a spot that you had to try to get back to. So we'd like play in our neighborhood, right? So like we had a park in our neighborhood. And, like, the one swing set at the park was usually, like, the spot that you had to try to get back to. So the person that's, like, it or whatever stands at the thing and closes their eyes. But it's night, so people disappear pretty quick. And they count to, like, I don't know, 60 or something. And then they have to try to guard that spot, but they have to try to tag people out. All they got to do is try to tag one person out. And then that person becomes the it, and you restart. everybody else has to try to get back to that spot. So it turns into like a lot of just running around, just sprinting around and whatnot. So yeah, you couple that with flashlight tag and there's paintball for you. Mr. Huggy dropped a link of me glitching out. Let me see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, you can totally see me moving. You can absolutely see me moving. Man, that's kind of creepy though. Like you can tell that I didn't freeze the image. Yeah, I can sit still as a motherfucker. Look at this gangly bastard. I was gonna shift my eyes to the side, but I decided not to. Look at this guy. I stayed like that for a while, yo. Oh, but then I glitched. Oh, you cut the end of the clip to like the second that I moved. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Daniel Smith says Milsim West is legit, like 800 people, 48 hours nonstop. They have night vision and thermals there also. We used to play 48-hour scenarios up in Tallinn, Massachusetts, and a lot of the other teams that were willing to go like that hard were ex or current military, and a lot of those guys had NVGs, and that kind of sucked because none of us could really afford it. But it was interesting. It was we tried our best to foul their goggles with tack lights and whatnot, but inevitably we would get just absolutely demolished at night. But yeah, I've heard the West Coast is much harder core. And I mean that was back in like the early 2000s, where airsoft was nowhere near as it was like incredibly underground. So yeah, there was, nowadays it's a lot different. A lot more people know about it now. And, there's like legit shops that you can buy shit from. We used to have to buy stuff from overseas and have it shipped in. Riot9 with a 669 Australian super chat. Thank you, homie. He says, for healthcare, something developed nations shouldn't just have. It's not a commie concept. Also later, y'all. You out of here, Riot9? Don't leave. Thank you, brother. Gear fund goes to 1. I don't know what the exchange rate is. I'm gonna take a guess at 5. I'm gonna take a guess that the Australian dollar is a little higher than the American dollar. WeBleedFPV's in the house. He says hello. Back from Rooptopia. What an amazing experience. Put this on your Whoop bucket list. 80 pilots, 5 classes, 15 trophies. I took one home. Nice. I saw you were doing really good. Rockcrawler says hey. Rockcrawler also with a $20 super chat. He says for whatever fun. Thanks for it all, bro. Thank you, dude. Very cool of you. You guys are the fucking best. There it is. The Medicine Man Cometh Fund, yo. Polo says competitive paintball is insane. High level skill, athleticism, comms, and strategy. Very true. Very true. It's just not. It's not like there's nothing milsim about it. I'm not gonna say nothing, but yeah, it's just a totally different thing. And the big thing that I never liked about paintball is the lack of range. With airsoft, we could get body shots easily at 100 yards with AEGs, and then with bolt action stuff, we could get out to like 120, 130, 140 yards body shots. And yeah, I mean with hop up and like it's pretty accurate. That was, to me, one of the main things that always held paintball back. Plus, it was expensive. Good lord, the cost difference between paintball and airsoft is kind of ridiculous. But for the folks with money, they seem to have fun playing paintball. It was just never for me. Come on, get in there. Paintball. What I'm trying to say is paintball is not LARPy enough for me. You know, that was one of the things I realized later. With airsoft is that it is LARPing. I mean, it doesn't have to be like totally LARPing, but it is. You're live action role playing. which is kind of funny. It's a funny way to think about it. But it's the coolest LARPing ever. What am I putting these? Oh man, I didn't. No. Okay, good. So I'm putting the WeBleed 28,500 kV. Hey, Zotek, I'm assuming that you don't want me to show these prototype motors on stream. I have not shown them yet. If you do not want, by default, I will not show them. If you want me to show them, I will. But yeah, it's up to you. But for now, I'm keeping them secret, just in case like the bell design changes or anything like that. All right, we've got the 20. You can. It's all good. All right, cool. So here's what they look like. Well, let's do this. I've got the extra camera on here. I might as well use it. Yeah, these are the WeBleedFPV prototypes. Hot looking little motor. There it is. 0702, 28,500. The production versions will not have the multicolored wires, but they look really nice. They've got the little PCB on the bottom there, with the wires soldered to it. Little red shrink wrap. That's kind of cool. I wonder if that'll stay or go. They look really nice. I am most impressive. Oh, hold on. I gotta do the. I gotta launch Logitech G Hub so that the quality of this camera magically gets better. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. I counted that way too fast. Logitech G Hub. Hurry up. Bob Bruce wants some. Okay, so I've got those ready to go. I've also got the 26,500s that I'm gonna just screw down to a frame. There it goes. And 3, 2, there it is. I don't know what happens when Logitech G Hub launches and runs, but it makes the quality look better, and that's fine by me. WeBleed says, the motor screws are too long. This will be fixed for sure. I'm glad that you said that because I was about to use the motor screws. I did not on this other frame, but that is good to know. I like that the motor screws are black and hex rather than, are they M1.5? Let's take a look. So the motor screws that came with these prototypes are little tiny black hex fellas. And I'm glad Zotek just said that they're too long because I'm not going to use them. They are not M1.5. I didn't suspect that they were going to be M1.5. If they were, I was going to be very surprised. With screws this small, what Zotek, do you know what these are? Are these M1.2? They are, or no, I guess they're M1.3 because I have the right driver for them. And what's really funny is, no, that ain't it. That ain't the one. That's, yeah, here it is. Yeah, they're M1. They must be M1.3 because it's a 1.3 millimeter. Is that the right one? Feels like it's going in there. I think they're M1.3. Yep. Yeah, so that's standard. If you ever get tiny whoop screws that are not Phillips head, they are M1.3, and hopefully you've got the right driver. So if these are too long, I'm actually going to hold on to them because at some point there'll be a scenario where having slightly longer tiny whoop screws comes in handy, guaranteed. So I'm going to put them in a smaller bag here and just kind of hang on to them. Kiz Bartlett says, maybe the camera just likes it when you... Azalea, you sleeping over there?
No.
Oh, okay. You about to fall asleep?
Yeah.
Did you get bored with Instagram? You weren't on Instagram, you were on TikTok, weren't you? The Chinese are going to steal your soul.
Okay.
I got an okay. All right, cool. So we're good to go there. I'm gonna use the. I should have another set of the stupid silver Happy Model screws over here. Hang on one second, friends. Let me just find them real quick. Where the hell did they go? Where did they go? Well, whatever. I got a bag of screws. I'm sure I've got a set in this bag of screws. Oh, wait, no. Is that them? That's them. That's them. There they go. Z jumping would like know your location, because Bartlett says. Okay, cool. So these can go in here. Here's my bag of tiny loop screws. Yeah, I put a full set of the black. Am I the only one that like hoards the black tiny whoop screws? So Happy Model sends out silver screws, and I don't like silver screws. I like my screws black. So I have like 4 sets of black screws, but then I have like 5 of these frames that I bolt motors down to. So there's always like one frame that has silver screws, and it's always like kind of a letdown. I think that was the one that I was just building. Okay, so here's the 26,500s. What is this doing here? Oh, right, I just got it down. Who's building? What are you building? Why are you not building a 32,000 kV tank? Who has ordered the 702 32,000s to go on a moon traveling trip with me? Anybody? I'm really tempted to order another set, but I need to do a GetFPV order. You guys want to see what I'm getting from GetFPV? It's exciting. It's exciting. What's up, caveman? Ramdongo says, did you try the lightweight screws? Didn't I put a set of those on my order? I thought I put it... Oh man, did I throw them away? I could have sworn that I put a set of those on my tinywhoop.com order. And I have a funny feeling that I didn't see them in the box. And I think I threw the box away already. Let me see. Did I forget to put them on my order? There's a chance I forgot to put them on my order. Yo, the downstairs bathroom works. What do you think of that? Son of a bitch, I forgot to put them on my order. I bugged Jesse about them, and then he was like, hold on, I'll put them back in stock on the website. He's like, all right, I put them back in stock for you. And then I swore to God that I clicked add to cart. Apparently I didn't. What a moron. I have no excuse. I made a mistake. I have heard though that they do break even when you use one metal on the outside and 2 Rennies on the inside. So there is another material that Jesse is messing with that's supposedly even stronger than the reinforced nylon. It's really expensive though. It's like $8 for a set of screws. It's some kind of surgical plastic. It's on his website. Hey, some shout outs. I've gotten a little bit behind on some of these shout outs. Justin Lance sent $5 via PayPal. He says, thanks for the great Whooped content. Thanks for the support, Justin. We've got Christopher Myers sent $20 via PayPal. Oh, that's from Bulldog FPV. That's for stickers. Mark is unread. Okay. Bulldog, I'm going to ship your stickers out soon. I swear to God. I think I saw you in chat. Eric Mo messaged me about binding. Everyone went to... Oh, right. I did read this. This is me paying Jesse for the Tiny Whoop order. UPS store. What? Oh, yeah, right. No, that's fine. This sticker mule. Okay. What? Where? What? There it is. Oh, no. Don't delete that. Wait, here we go. Chris Dion, new patron. Thanks for joining, brother. Welcome to the gangliest of gangs, Chris. We got a little bit of UAV tech email. I gotta watch that Patreon only video. Your order has been delivered, but to the wrong address. Awesome. Kill me. Crunch Labs order. Cortez Campbell, welcome to the Gangly Gang, new patron. Thank you for joining the madness, my friend. Miguel, I'm not gonna wreck your last name. Begins with TSU. I'm a cheeseburger person. I know when to fold them and when to hold. I forget what that lyric is. Welcome to the Gangly Gang, Miguel. Thank you for joining the madness. Chris, I'm just gonna say Thiessen. Also joining the Patreon. Welcome to the Gangly Gang, my friend. Thank you for the support. I got outbid on an eBay item. How dare you? How dare you? I think I'm caught up now. Let me just make sure. All right, I'm caught up. Somebody join the Patreon. Do it now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You won't. You won't. Okay. Seriously though, go join it. You won't. You get a lot of good stuff. You get a Patreon only playlist with a bunch of specifically like patron live streams, sketchy edits, sketchy flying, smashing buildings. Yeah, Ramdango says I forget to order. They got a bit more expensive, I think. Wouldn't surprise me. Adam C got 3 rip squeaks. That's pretty cool. And then Daniel Smith says recommendation on motors for TKS Rocket Race. What the hell is TKS Rocket Race? Used UZ85 for the build and recently broke a motor. They don't seem to sell the motors now. Yeah, what's a TKZ Rocket Race? Michael D says any updates on from Newbie Drone on the BLV4 OSD? Just got mine in the same issue. OSD elements flashing on and off, random numbers showing up. Nothing. Well, I mean, I talked to Kelvin about it, and I sent him an OSD dump, a diff dump with my OSD stuff, and his reply was that they're gonna send me another board. So, and if yours is doing it as well, it sounds like a hardware issue. Kind of stinks, but yeah, Newbie Drone will make it right. So, Morton Upshot says, don't bid on eBay items. Wait until the last minute and then bid. All you do by bidding early is drive at the price. Yeah, so I used to sell a lot of stuff on eBay. And I kind of bid early almost on purpose because I used to get really annoyed. Like I would sell something that was worth a bunch of money and then like 2 people would snipe it at the end and it would sell for like drastically less than it's worth and I would like get all upset. So yeah, I'm anti-sniping just because of my own personal experience selling airsoft stuff on eBay and kind of getting screwed over a bunch. So yeah, that's why I tend to bid early. I also like my take on eBay is that I look at an item and I figure out what the most that I'm willing to spend on it is, and then I just put that number in, and that's it. And I don't think about it. I don't have to set an alarm. I don't have to like stop what I'm doing at the last second to try to snipe it. So yeah, that's sort of just my take on eBay, which is mainly driven from my experience selling on there. I used to be a power seller, believe it or not. But yeah. PJ says, missed the start because of work. What's good? And then Michael D says, I'm going to reflash the BLV4 tonight. I'll let you know what happens. Thank you for that, Michael D. Morton Upshot says, so you're calling me a dick, LOL. I mean, not specifically, but, you know, you read between the lines whatever you want. No, I mean, what you're suggesting is kind of what most people do, and it's the way to get stuff cheaper, and, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with that, but, yeah, as just my own personal experience forced me to do things a little differently. But what you're suggesting is, it's, you know, it's not like eBay has done anything to discourage that that type of behavior. Behavior is a weird word to use there, but yeah, I mean, eBay could very easily put like a 5-minute wait period. Like after you bid, they could make it so that you can't bid again for 5 minutes, but they don't. So they're okay with it. So yeah, it's okay. It's not like you're skirting the rules or anything by doing that. So it's totally fine. But yes, you are a dick. You jerk. Michael D, yeah, thank you for doing that. I wanted to do that. I've been wanting to do the same on mine, but I've had other stuff going on, and like eventually I would have done it, but yeah, I also don't think that it's gonna fix it. So it's been very low priority for me to do that because I think it's gonna be a waste of time. So thank you for wasting your time. Here it is, by the way. Wait, that's not it. It's got a little mohawk. Where is it? Where's the little mohawk tiny whoop? Where'd the mohawk tiny whoop go? There it is. There it is. There's the mohawk tiny whoop. Yeah. It's got a little mohawk of antennas. One straight up, one at a 45, and then one straight back. I gotta be honest, man. Once I got it, I don't know why I thought this, but once I got it lightened up, the different frame, the smaller motors, took the T antenna off, it flew great. It flew every bit as good as the Mobula 6 rigs. I don't know why I thought that it wouldn't, but like, I don't know. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with it other than the... Oh, why is this motor all gummed up again? What the hell is happening to motor 2? Why does this keep happening? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it other than the VTX. The VTX thing is super weird. Why is this motor all gummed up again? What the hell's happening? Oh, now it's freeing up. What is going on with motor number 2? What the hell? Last time, when I took it apart, I swore that it was a hair causing that, but there's no hair in it this time. But it did loosen up. That's very weird. Very, very, very weird. Yeah, now it's fine. Strange. Yeah, although... If I'm really honest, so hey, let me actually talk about this. Let me talk about this for anybody that missed it, since this is Whoop Wednesday. I've noticed in the past with the newbie drone AIOs that the video seemed a little bit like milky. Just like I would fly the newbie drone, I would fly a tiny whoop with the newbie drone OSD, well, just with the newbie drone AIO, I should say, and then I would fly a Mobula 6, and I'd be like, man, the Mobula 6 is much more clear, and like everything looks much more crisp. And I thought it was because my newbie drone AIOs were like older and beat up, and I also kind of blamed it on the newbie drone camera, the BI camera. But now, in 2 separate situations on 2 separate newbie drone Acro B AIOs, I have put the exact same camera from a Mobula 7 board, and I've gone from this that you're looking at right now. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now. And I've gone from this that you're looking at right... Wait. This that you're looking at right now... Oh. God damn you. This that you're looking at right now... Stop it, computer! God damn it. And I've gone from this that you're looking at right now. You! This that you're looking at right now to that. This is the same exact camera. Acro B, Mobula 6. Acro B. Like, look at the, like, if you were going to shoot a gap here in this IKEA cube, and you were lining up that gap on the Newbie Drone Acro B board, you could kind of see, or you can actually see. And yeah, this is the same lighting, same everything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. But you can see the OSD is all jacked up. Yeah, I love Newbie Drone. I really do. I always have. But and there are some definite benefits to the Acro B boards. But analog sucks already. So like I just can't justify, like, that's, you know, I'm gonna do that. And I mean, I guess I should do that same test outside, but I've flown the Newbie Drone stuff outside, and it still looks kind of milky. What's kind of interesting to me is now I want to see what the BI cameras look like on a Mobula frame, on a Mobula AIO. Maybe the BI camera is actually really good. But it's been hooked up. So Newbie Drone uses a specific plug for their cameras. And I have, on a couple of occasions now, for the tiny lifters, I have taken non-Newbie Drone cameras and soldered on the Newbie Drone plug so that I can have a couple of different cameras on my tiny lifters to see if I can get a little bit better FPV feed from them. I've never gone the other way. I've never taken a Newbie Drone camera and put a regular plug on it to run it through a Mobula 7 VTX AIO with VTX. So I'm kind of interested to do that, because what's cool about the BI cameras is they're very wide field of view. And yeah, I've always assumed that they're kind of cloudy and milky, but apparently it's the AIO that's doing that. So yeah, silver lining, maybe. WeBleedFPV says just direct solder the BI. That's another totally valid option. Man, I love having the motor plug on them though. It's so nice to be able to hot swap cameras out to just kind of like test them and whatnot. But yeah, the direct soldering is. It's funny, man. I used to be hardcore, like direct solder everything, but nowadays I'm like, yo, connectors, bro. I guess maybe because of these live streams, it's nice to have the connectors because I can like really quickly swap stuff. I try to reduce the downtime when I'm doing testing for you guys. Demo FPV says, how much room do you need for a tiny whoop? I'm getting a 10 by 20 foot space and was considering building a whoop setup. 10 by 20 feet. That's a little small. That's a little small. But I mean, there's nothing else that's going to work in a 10 by 20 foot space. So build it light. You're going to want to... The easiest build is going to be my favorite build, Mobula 6 ELRS, and then switch it over to 0702s. For that small of a space, I would go with a lower KV 0702, 26,000, 24,000. So yeah. Slow Entropy says that he's used he says it. I assume it means the BI camera on a Mobula 6 before, and not too much difference. I think the Mobula 6 has a better VTX somehow, even with the absolute garbage copper antenna. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Michael D says, can you push the bell like a button on Motor 2? Only asking because the issue sounds like what happened to my Mobula 7 HD. Noticed some of the bells were sliding up and down. After I start crashing these motors hard, they always loosen up a little bit. They always loosen up, and the motor bell will slide up and down ever so slightly. That was one of the first things I checked on this motor, and it was actually tighter than most, which is what I kind of had a feeling the might have been causing the problem. But yeah, all of these Happy model motors do move up. Like, you can pull them up and down a significant amount. But yeah, this one is a little bit tighter than the rest, which is probably what's going on. But these motors I have absolutely pounded on. And the other kind of weird thing is I think I might have used motor oil on these. And like, I've had mixed results with motor oil because it seems to kind of like attract and hold in dirt a little bit. So I tried to wipe it out, but I didn't get all of it out. Yeah, it's doing it again. Yeah, there's something going on with this motor. But I mean, the amount of abuse that I put through these things, it's a miracle that they work at all. So, but that's fine. That's on the newbie drone rig, which I mean, I've flown it a bunch now, you know, and like, I don't, like, if you guys want me to fly it again, I guess I will, but you'll never know other than the video looking not as good. So, all right, so I've got the 26,500s on here. Let's start ripping around. Let me get the one cube set back up here. And all right, here we go. About that time, friends. About that time. I took a nap today and woke up with a hell of a headache. Cool. What am I gonna do with these beautiful newbie drone, the new newbie drone flow motors? What am I gonna do with these? They're a worthless KV. It's worthless to me. But look how gorgeous they are, yo. Look how hot that motor is. It's the sexiest motor ever. That bell design is so cool. Look at it. Would you just look at it? It's such a gorgeous motor. But it's only 19,000 kV, so like, as a motor, it's worthless to me. Look at this stuff. This is cool. This is what I'll do with it. I'll make an art show with it. Put it with its big brother. Look at that. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Ooh. Boy. That's hot. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to get a set of these in the 25,000 kV. But I already have a bunch of 0802 30,000s, so there's no reason for me to do that. But I don't know. I digress. Michael D says, could you give me the newbie drone flow motors? Do you want them? I mean, what if I give you 3 of them? Because like, I want to keep one because it's so pretty. Of a Feather says, is 19,000 kV totally worthless? To me it is. To me it is. But to other people, it's probably not. I'm just, I've seen the light with these higher kV, 28,500, 30,000, 32,000 kV motors, and I can't go back. For somebody that's looking to do racing, or for somebody that hasn't been flying for over 6 years, or somebody that's looking for efficiency, they're great, but I don't care about any of those things. So for me, they're completely worthless. but they're beautiful. Like, I just want to look at them. I just want to gaze upon them. What I might do... Nah, I'm not going to do that. I was going to say what I might do is put them back into the purple newbie drone cockroach frame and put the newbie drone rig back together pretty much as it was out of the box. But what's the point of doing that? Like, if I do that, then it's going to be like, here it is. I don't want to fly it, but here it is, and then I'm not going to fly it. You know what I mean? Like, what's there's no reason to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. Hey, we have the pinch cams. We can play around with the pinch cam. Now, tonight's about motor testing. Friday, we're gonna faff about with the tiny pinch cams. What do you think of that? Michael D says, put a bug in Runcam's ear that they really need to investigate a new model 1.1 gram nano camera. You know, I've always tried to get in with Runcam, and I have never been able to. I have messaged them. I have tried posting on their Facebook groups, and I've never been able to get in touch with anybody over at Runcam. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. Usually I can figure out a way. Usually I can kind of weasel my way in with any manufacturer and get a Instagram or Facebook message started with someone. But I've not been able to do that with Runcam. It's kind of annoying. Michael D says, the C-clips on my WeBleed 7 HD kept shifting at an angle like they wanted to pop up out of the groove. That could be it. I've never had that before, but that could be it. The bottom one's fine. The top one... Nah, it looks like the top one's fine too. The windings are a little dark. Arrgh. The windings are a little dark. No, they're fine. I think it's just dirty in there, man. I think I remember using motor oil on it's actually bearing oil on 2 motors that I repaired. And I think this is one of them, and I think that it might just be picking up dirt. These are the motors that I put the newbie drone plugs on to do the testing, to see how this would fly on my standard setup. And I'm kind of like, can you guys think of a reason that I should keep this together? So this is basically the ultimate freestyle tiny whoop, but with the newbie drone AIO. I did the little 3-part series. In part 3, we flew a bunch of batteries on this, and it flew great. And I think that's the end, right? Like, do you guys, for some reason, want me to keep this together and fly this more? Or can I just refer you to part 3 and you watch me fly it on there and it flies fine? Chris Long, I did not get the Miata back, but I have been much more angry with the shop owner. We'll see if that works. So yeah, can you guys think of any reason for me to keep this build together with the newbie drone AIO? Is there anything else that you want to see me do with this that I haven't already? Indeed, Paul McDonald. Indeed. For the past couple of days, I've kept it together just so that I can think of, just to make sure that I don't jump the gun and tear it apart. C-Max says fix the OD. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a physical problem. I don't think there is any fixing it. I'm assuming that's why they're sending me another. Oh, what? Okay. Hey, Zotek, you still in the chat? We got an issue here, my friend. Wow. So on the prototypes, I guess we're not going to be flying these prototypes tonight. the motor shafts are undersized. The motor shafts are not thick enough. Man, this is why we be prototyping stuff. Yeah, these motor shafts are, my guess would be like 0.1 millimeters too small. I wonder if they did a 0.8 millimeter motor shaft by accident, like the old brushed motors. Just make sure it's not just that one propeller. Yeah, I mean this one fits a little bit better. They are 1 millimeter. Let me try some other props. So like these ASI props, one of the things I don't like about the Newbie Drone ASI props is they always fit too tight. So, okay, that's it. Yeah, all right. So the ASI props fit like kind of good on here. Like they're plenty tight to stay on. Let's try the, I gotta do this off camera, but this is one of the Gemfan prototypes. Nope, the Gemfan prototype just falls on and off. Let me grab a couple of HQ propellers. That's what super glue is for. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely fix this, but in the prototyping phase, this is the kind of thing that you want to figure out. Oh well, here's the Newbie Drone. Here's the Newbie Drone Venom props. Oh, this is an excuse to run these Venom props, which is kind of fun. I dig these Venom props. They performed really well in my like little thrust testing, but they fit too tight on Happy Model motors. So my hunch is they'll fit really nicely on here. Oh wow, no, even they might be just barely tight enough to stay on. So this is me holding the motor bell. I'm holding the motor bell and the prop spins on it. I am having to put some actual pressure on there, but if you compare that to like the Gemfan biblades on the Tiny Whoop props, I can't get it to do that. I can't get the prop to spin on the motor shaft. These Venom props are usually too tight for the Happy Model shafts, and yeah, I can still get it to spin. So for tonight, I am going to run these Venom props because they perform very similar to the Gemfan biblades, and I just want to get these motors up in the air and fly them. But yeah, I would bring that up with the motor manufacturer for sure, because the Gemfan biblades just straight up won't work. Nor will the Gemfan prototypes. Like that's way too loose. You could absolutely, so if you were gonna to get this to work, there's a couple different ways we could do it. My current preferred method to make a propeller a little bit tighter on a shaft is to take really fine tipped tweezers and you put it into the mounting hole of the propeller at like a 45-degree angle, and you just work it around, and what you're doing is you're just gouging up the plastic. So instead of it being a smooth hole, you're taking that tip and you're just gouging up some of the plastic, which is going to raise, and then that's going to make it grab the propeller shaft a little bit better. Yeah. The other method is you take a pin, or you could use the fine tips of these, and you put the tiniest little bit of super glue that you can on the head of a pin or fine tip tweezers, and then you take that, and a pin is nice because a pin will go on inside the prop, and you just rub it around in the inside of the propeller, and then you let it dry. And when the super glue dries on the inside, it makes like a texture in there, and then when you put this onto the prop shaft, the inside of the hole is textured instead of being smooth, so it bites. The only problem with the super glue trick is after you take that propeller off and on a bunch of times, it pushes it out. Like every time you put the propeller on, you'll see a little bit of the super glue coming out the top hole. And then yeah, you put the prop on 3 or 4 times, it pushes all of the super glue out, and then you have to do it again. So the little trick with the tips of the tweezers is like super quick, super easy, and it's worked every time I've done it. But yeah, for tonight, this is my excuse to run these Venom props, which is kind of cool because I like them a lot. They're cool looking. They come in fun colors. The Gemfan biblades only come in gray, which, like, if you're going to only do one color for a propeller, gray is the right color. But yeah, it's kind of boring. And as we know around here, if you're not going to fly good, you got to at least look good. This one is a little bit tighter on the Gemfan biblade, but it's still nowhere near tight enough. Like, the prop is still easily spinning on the motor shaft. All right. I gotta be honest, I'm not totally heartbroken. I love the fact that I get to use these Venom props for a change. When I put these Venom props onto the Happy Model motor shafts, they're almost impossible to get off, which is super annoying because then you run the risk of bending the motor shaft. So I'm going to put the purple ones on the 28,500 kV motors, and I'm going to put these really cool green ones on the 26,000 kV motors here. And then we'll be ready to do some flying. So these are the 26,500s. Yeah, wow, these Venoms are kind of perfect on these motors. They're still a little bit tight. Let's just check these 26,500s with the Gemfan biblades. These are a little bit tighter, but it's still not tight enough. These propellers would still. Oh yeah, that one just fell right on there. Yeah, that one too. I mean, that's. Yeah. So cool. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, my friend, but yeah. Oh wow, that one's really undersized. I don't even know if. Oh god. Well, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try this Venom prop. These Venoms are the tightest propellers I've ever. Well, some of the Gemfan tri-blades fit just absurdly tight on Happy Model motors. Like way too tight, to the point where there's no choice when removing them than to bend the motor shaft. It's kind of awful. One of the things I love most about the Gemfan biblades is that they're like the exact internal. They're exactly the right size internally to where they fit perfectly and not too loose, not too tight. That's what she said. I was trying to not say that, but here we are. Something's going on with this Venom prop. It does not want to seat all the way on this motor shaft. Hold on. I think this prop might be jacked up. Ouch. Let me use the oh man. I mean, I was pushing this prop on really hard. Hold on. My fingers are starting to get tired and sore from putting on a bunch of propellers at once. Let's use this stuff. This is just drawer liner material. It's absolutely perfect for getting a grip on stubborn motors. Come on. Jesus. This propeller won't go all the way down on the shaft. And that is how motor shafts get bent after a couple of crashes, so we don't want that. Yikes. All right, let me put this aside. It's not ready to fly anyway. I'm going to put this aside, and then when my fingers have had a little bit of time to kind of recover, we will give it another shot. Usually when I can't get a tiny whoop motor propeller off the shaft, I just wait half an hour and come back at it, and I can usually get it on the second shot. Because usually, you're doing like 4 of them at a time. All right, let's do some testing here, friends. We got some Venom props going. We're going to put the 28,500 kV motors up in the air first, and then we're going to compare them to the TinyWhoop 0702 30,000. So what we should have here, the experience should be ever so slightly less power, but a little bit better runtime, and then a little bit more power, a little bit less runtime. You'll be able to tell by the color of the frame. The prototypes are on a clear frame, and then the 30,000s are on the purple frame. So let's see what's what. Mad Cow says a little foam tack might work. Yeah, I mean, pretty much putting anything in there would work. Just anything to, in this case, make the hole in the propeller a little bit bigger. But man, the little fine tip tweezer trick is just amazing. Morton Upshot says won't go down on the shaft. Just like my ex-wife. That's not what Morton said, but that's what I'm saying. I think I remembered to unplug the... I sure did. Look at that. I need to shave you. I'm starting to look like ass. Okay, there we go. Video receiver's plugged in. There it is. Let's do... So for these guys, we're going to do the new TinyWhoop 270 mAh batteries, slightly lighter. They're like a gram lighter. The other two rigs are on. No, we're not. We're gonna use these on the other two rigs, because the other two rigs make less power. These are the two more powerful rigs, so we're gonna run these on the regular 300 mAh batteries, of which I have a bunch charged. Cool. So yeah, the second bit of testing on the 26,000 kV motors, we're going to use the lighter batteries. Cool. Let's get it going here. So, WeBleedFPV 0702, 28,500 kV prototypes on the ultimate freestyle TinyWhoop and the Venom biblades. These biblades sound a little bit differently than the Gemfan biblades, which, if I'm honest, is a part of the reason why I like them. Morton Upshot puts a piece of thread into the prop hub. What a lot of people will do is a piece of floss, dental floss. I like fine tip tweezers, yo. I almost forgot to turn on the scene with the VTX in it. Here we go. Oh, and look at that! I didn't have to change the. I didn't have to hook it up to Betaflight to change the motor rotation. Let me take a look at. Yep, motor output limit was turned down. I knew they felt really underpowered. I was like, that's not right. Come on. That's better. So let me take a look at the hover RPM. So it still does feel like it hovers at a slightly higher throttle value, and I think it does. So at like a normal cruise, if you look on the right side of the screen there, 41, 42, 46, 47, 50, 44, that is my throttle value. And the reason why that's important is because I use a lot of throttle expo, so I need to get my throttle expo set a little bit better for these motors. So 42, 42, 42, 43, 43. Okay, so I need to move my throttle expo up to 40, the midpoint up to 43. So let's do that real quick. So that's an interesting thing about these. They seem to have a slightly higher hover point than... oops, nope, I need to be in rate. Than the Happy model, the previous generation Gore 0702 28,500s. So, oh no, we're good. Throttle mid is at 45. Let's, well, let me move it down. Well, actually, no, let's leave it at 45 because I was cruising kind of slow when I was doing that. Oh, we're good. Once I'm cruising a little bit faster, now my throttle midpoint is going to be closer to 45. Yeah, there it is. 50, 45, 50. All right, cool. Oh, it's dark in this hallway. What's happening? Oh boy, I can't see shit. Hold on, I gotta turn the light on it there. All right, that should be better. Okay, here we go. And I think I figured out why this AIO was getting less runtime. The VTX was... oh, wait, no, this isn't the one. This is the one that the runtime was fine. Get away from Duke so he doesn't freak out. And here we go. Oh, the battery's dead. I think maybe this battery wasn't charged all the way because we're only at a minute 27. Or, well, actually, these Venom... I don't know about the efficiency of these Venom props. These Venom props might be a little bit less efficient. Let's just throw another battery on, though. Yeah, this is the AIO that the runtimes are fine on. So, yeah, this is... We're fine here. All right, here we go. What was your question, Fick? I didn't see a question from you. All right, so 4.29 volts. Here we go. Here's a charged battery. Uh-oh. I mean, if I, like, no news is good news. Like, if these fly normal to me, then that means that the, oh, God, I can hear Duke's freaking out already. Yep, good power. They seem normal. Oh, almost got it right in there. That would have been so sick. Be interested to see the what the runtime is like on these. So let's just keep jamming. Oh, so close. Trying to stay away from Duke at the moment, to be honest. Man, I've tried like letting him look at the tiny whoops. Nothing seems to work. Letting him sniff them, he just does not care. It's not just the tiny whoops though. It's the sound. It's like he doesn't like electric, any kind of like electric noises. It's very strange. Like anything in the kitchen that beeps, like you make that beep, and he starts shaking and freaks out. And
oh, poor baby.
Is he coming downstairs?
Yeah, because I'm leaving.
Where are you going? Oh, that's right.
Simba with Sherry.
Cool.
So, I don't know where he's going to hide, but...
He'll find a spot. He always does.
Find a hiding spot. He can hide in the bathroom. His crate is right here. If you want, he can hide. No, you can hide in your crate. You want to go in your crate?
Hide in your crate, small dog.
You want to get in there?
I'm a little concerned about the runtime. We are at a minute 47. And we're down to like 3.38, 3.36, 3.37. And it's definitely starting to feel saggy. Now we're down to 3.3. Oh, there's Duke. Sorry, buddy. Let's come down. Oh, God. Let's come down here and fly around a little bit. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. I think there's going to be a walk of shame happening. Where am I? That looks like the way out, doesn't it? Oh, no, that's the wall. I'm looking up the wall. Oh, balls. Walk of shame it is. All right, let's see. Where will it be? Ah, there it is. All right. Let's finish up this battery and we'll see where the... I mean, this kind of jacks up the runtime because it's been sitting here idle for a while, but... there's the little battery. Okay. So, initial impression is that the runtime seems to be down a little bit, but we need more than 2 batteries to figure that out. So let's keep Let's keep going. Let's back-to-back this with the Happy Model 30,000s, 0702 30,000s. Let's do a quick battery on those, and then we'll go back to the prototypes. And I've got, how many more of these 300s do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. All right, so that should be fine. 6 batteries should be plenty for us to get this figured out. All right, here we go. 100% no sound, only light on the USB. What? Thanks, Slow Entropy. I live in the basement here, man. Fick, what you said? Crash recovery. What's your question about crash recovery? Why is this battery at 3.6 volts? What the hell? What's going on here? Why? Oh, because it was that first battery that I ran. Hold on. Let me get this figured out here. Test 3.69. All right, so we ran that one. 3.13. Okay, hooking that back up to the charger to hopefully bring it back to life. All right, so here we go. We got 6 batteries left. That makes sense. Here is a charged battery. And yeah, this the upstairs of the house has all the bedrooms, and there's one extra bedroom that Maggie turned into her office, and then the basement here is like my office and our like home theater setup. So I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna jam on this thing pretty hard to try to get the runtime down. But I think usually we will get about 3 minutes with these, even with these higher kV. So, I mean, these being 30,000 kV, technically these should have less run... No. Yes. These should technically have less runtime. Oh, I really wanted to go down that blind, but I kind of chickened out, if I'm honest. Oh, shit. Oh, God, I turned the corner way too early. That was strange. Oh, stop it. Oh, I tried to go bottom, middle, top, but instead... Sage, help me! Yes, he's gonna help. Yes! Thank you! All right, let's do the full dive. Oh, God, that was terrible. Full dive. Nope, missed it. Full dive. Nope. Almost. We're getting closer. Ah, I just clipped that top. Ooh, a little recovery, though. Thank you, Crash Recovery. Ah! The full dive is hard, man. By the bottom of this thing, you're fucking trucking. See? Like, by the bottom, it's just like there's no margin for error to when to blip the throttle. It doesn't help when I come down, like, from the 25-foot fucking ceiling. Oh, no! Oh, thank God. I thought it was going to fall all the way down. That's always hard when it crashes all the way down there. I'm trying to really figure out this epic wall ride. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Yeah, look at the runtime. Like, we're up to 225 already. We're still bouncing back to, like, 3.5 volts. Here we go. Ooh! Ooh. That was a big one. Come around here. Oh, the mega stall. Good God. So these are the Tiny Whoop 0702 30,000s. Definitely more power than the 28,000 kV, 28,500 kV prototypes, as well they should. But yeah, look at the runtime. We're up over 3 minutes now, and they're still at 3.4. So significantly better runtime, as well as more power. I don't know what Happy Model is doing with their motors. And there's our low battery warning. So we're coming in at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Minimum battery 314, end battery 317, max current 9 amps. That 9 amps only applies to from the last time I armed it and disarmed it, so that's kind of a worthless number. 284 mAh used, and maximum ESC RPM also gets reset, 46,700. So yeah, there we go. Minimum link quality, 99%. Good lord, ELRS, man. And now I can't get this battery unplugged. Come on. Come unplugged. There we go. All right, so let's go back to the prototypes and see if maybe the motors just need to like work in a little bit. I wish that I could run the Gemfan props on here to have a one-to-one comparison, but I don't think these Venom props are that much less efficient. I mean, I guess they could be, but yeah, I wouldn't think that they would be that much less efficient. All right, starting battery is at 4.21. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that sometimes. Hold on. Let me spin these motors up. Let me spin these motors up in turtle mode and make sure that one of these motors is not like struggling or something. They all feel fine. They all spin nice and smooth. But let's see. Let's see what they sound like in turtle mode. They should have the same pitch. Well, the motor number 1 is significantly higher. Hear that difference? 5.8 on the amp rating. 5.7 on the amp rating. So this motor number 3, the left rear motor, is drawing more amps, but it's hitting a lower pitch, so it's not spinning up as high in the RPMs. So that's kind of interesting. Let's fly it. Now we're down to 4.08. We kind of killed the. So we're not going to focus on efficiency this battery because it's me spinning them up in turtle mode like that does not count towards the runtime. So we're just going to focus on like power, and we're going to get some more crashes in. Oh, okay, so you could really see slightly less power there, trying to get it to not hit the ground. But 28,500 is slightly less powerful, of course, than 30,000. And what I do notice is that with the slightly less power comes a little bit better throttle resolution, which is kind of nice sometimes. I prefer a little bit more power, and if I need more throttle resolution, I can add it with Throttle Expo in Betaflight. But like for racing, throttle resolution is really important. My main concern, though, is runtime. We seem to maybe be getting a little bit better runtime on this battery. Shoot the stool gap. Oh, I clipped the side of it. Oh, no. Oh, that's another walk of shame. Fucking fuck. Ugh. How's it gonna fall right into one spot? All right. Here we go. More smashing. Don't switch. There we go. Okay. It just did it again when I go to arm it. One of the motors doesn't want to come on. It's just for like a split second, though. And there's our first low battery warning. See it? You see it when I go to take it off. One of the corners just is like angry. Okay. Let's get this on the scale. So 2 minutes and 32, so a full minute less. But again, we fired the motors up in what's it called? In turtle mode a bunch. And that ate a bunch of the juice. So that was not a good battery for determining run times. Let's weigh these two rigs and see if there's any difference in the weight of these motors. Although these two rigs don't weigh exactly the same, but let's just make sure that they're not like drastically heavier. I really doubt that they are. So the rig with the WeBleed prototypes is 19.6 grams. The rig with the Happy Model motors is 19.2. Yeah, these rigs don't weigh exactly the same, so that's kind of a worthless measurement. I should have weighed the motors before I bolted them to a frame, but I forgot. So let's do another battery on this rig with these prototypes, and this time we will pay attention to runtime. I will not fire it up in turtle mode like I did last time, so that we get an actual idea of the runtime. All right, here we go. WeBleedFPV 28,500 kV 0702 prototype motors made by not Happy Model. Let's see how they are. See, look at that. Why is it doing that? So let's do a battery in the basement. Let's do a basement battery. Face first. I think I missed it. So, with the slightly less power, there we go. I have to just hang on the throttle for a little bit longer. Look at this sleeping child. Look at a sleeping azalea. Oh God! I expected a little bit more power. See, look at that. What the hell? Hold on. Let me investigate that for a quick second. It's that it seems to be dropping towards the left rear, and that's that motor that's not spinning up as hard as the other ones. Zotac only sent me 4 of each of these, so I don't have like a 5th one that I can pop on here. But what I will do is put another set of motors onto this rig to see if they do that same weird thing on the left rear to figure out if it could be an ESC channel problem. So it's interesting, man. Like I really love, like at the moment, I'm kind of obsessed with those 0702 32,000 kV motors. But then I fly something like this, which is still a high kV. 28,500 is still a high kV. And I get this like really nice extra throttle resolution. And sometimes I kind of like that. Oh God. So it's interesting. I want to say that 32,000 kV is like my jam. But then I second guess it. Oh God, that was luck. But then I second guess it when I fly. This would happen with the previous the Gore 0702 28,500s, and it's happening again right now. Yeah, so there's something going on with the runtime. These motors are either these motors or these propellers are very inefficient. Because 2 minutes and 15 flying around in the basement like that, it should be higher than that. So Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I can't run the Gemfan props because they're so loose on these motor shafts. I guess what I can do... This battery's getting hot, too. I guess what I can do is put the other set of Venom props on the other set of motors. Take the Venom props off the 26,000 kV motors and put them onto the other rig, but then they're going to get stuck on the motor shafts, and I don't want that. How do I get the same set of... Nah, look, there's no way that the Tiny Whoop's in the house. What's up, Jesse? Jesse says, sounds like you need throttle curves to give you resolution in Pow Pow. So I use a lot of throttle expo. On these really high kV motors, I use a throttle expo of 40, believe it or not. Man, these props are really loose on these prototypes. That could be the problem. These propellers, even these Venoms, they might be spinning on these motor shafts. That could totally be a part of the problem here. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. But yeah, I use tons of throttle expo. When I go above 40, it starts to really affect the rest of the low throttle and the high throttle. So if you guys don't know, normally your throttle curve, I gotta do this backwards. Normally your throttle curve is just like this. It's you move the stick up and it tracks up and it's just 1-to-1. As you add throttle expo, it puts an S into the throttle curve, so that when you lock in your midpoint, your throttle hover point, it gives you better sensitivity in that part of the throttle, and then it takes away sensitivity from the bottom of the throttle, which kind of doesn't matter, and the very top of the throttle where it kind of doesn't matter as well. I find that with these super high kV motors, I have to use that throttle expo in order to slam low to the deck and fly like a millimeter off the ground. So yeah, it's kind of a necessity. Let's do one more battery on the 30,000 kV rig, and then we're going to switch over to the 26,000 kV rigs, and we'll see if they're any better. Let me try to get this this Venom prop off of this prototype motor here. Oh man, it is on there. Jesus. Bueller. I'm just gonna have to force it off, and it might bend the motor shaft. Ouch. Is there something janky with this propeller? I think there might be. I think this propeller might be jacked up. Let's knock this battery out real quick, though. So this is now the Tiny Whoop 0702 30,000s on the Mobula 6 ELRS in the Meteor 65 frame on BT 2.0. Oh God, easy. Here we go, friends. Wait, hold on. Hold on. We gotta do this properly. We gotta do this right. You guys know what's coming. Why does it always suggest that song? Stop suggesting that song. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one. Here we go. All right, friends. Let's get serious. Oh God! Oh! so close. Ooh, I got lucky on that one. Oh God. Oh. Oh, so close. Ah. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, come on, come on. What? Ah. No, no. Oh God. Oh no. Stairwell got me. As it does. Oh! I'm used to the big tall ceilings. Oh! Damn it. Come on now. Be nice. Oh! Now I'm just stubbornly gonna try this over and over again. Oh! I'm getting so close to it. Oh my God, I'm a little too low every time. Let's just chill. The music's chill and let's chill too. Oh my God, what is happening? I'm not in it today. Today is not a Ciotti flies well kind of day, apparently. It's alright though. Some days be like that. Thanks a lot, Michael D. Helicopter! Helicopter! Oh, no, no! Missed it. Oh, almost got it. Crash prevention threw me off a little bit. There it is. There it is. Now we're talking. Back it in. Nope. And the battery's dead. We got a couple things in there though. Yeah, so that's what the throttle expo does for me just now when I was able to just really scrape the ground like that. With the really high KV motors, it's difficult to do that. All right, we're gonna move over to the 0603 26,000 kV motors. I am really intrigued by these 603 26,000s. I'm hoping that Jesse can maybe get a short run of these in 30,000 kV or even 32,000 kV. Right now at 26,000 kV, they're a little bit low on RPM for me. I still do like them. I've tried them on 3 and 4 blades. I still do like them on the Gemfan biblades. But yeah, we're going to compare these to, so these are 0603 26,000. 603 is a stator volume that's bigger than 702, but not quite as big as 802. So somewhere in between. We're going to compare these guys to the 0702 26,500 kV WeBleedFPV prototype motors. And I'm, hold on. I need to get this propeller back on, but I don't want to ruin the, motor taking it off. So let me really quickly take a little drill bit here and just poke it down the top of this Venom prop to see if maybe like the top of the propeller was mismanufactured or something. Oh, it was. Okay, yeah, so the top of the propeller is closed. That's why I had a problem. All right, Okay, so this prop should now go onto the prototype motors just fine. I didn't even need the drill bit. All right, good. Here we go. Oh shit! I'm gonna need to move an AIO and camera over to this. No, it's still doing it. This Venom prop just refuses to go down on this motor shaft. Well, I just forced it, and now it's going to be a real pain in the ass to get off of there, but at least we'll get to try it. Otherwise, we wouldn't get to fly these. So hold on, before we fire up another battery, it's important when you're testing stuff to be able to do it right back to back. Let's move an AIO and camera over into this frame that's got the lower KV prototypes on it. So I'm going to do that with the AIO and canopy that are on the rig that's got the prototype motors on it currently, because this is going to allow me to test if that motor number 3 ESC might be a little bit softer. Motor 1 and motor 3, there was a drastic difference in how hard they were spinning up, and we're going to check that right now. So let's see. And also, it was doing something weird where it was like not wanting to take off every once in a while. And you could tell that it was the left rear motor that was causing that weird behavior. So let's see here. If you're gonna do like motor testing, this is how you do it, man. Get a couple of extra frames, put the motors and props on, and then all you gotta do is remove 4 screws to pull the AIO and the camera, and then you just drop that into the other frame and away you go. Just wanna make sure, obviously, that they're the same frame. But you knew that. Alright, so AIO and camera are out. Come on, get out of there. Man, Jesse put on a hell of a show at Whooptopia. He is one hell of an announcer, and he was on Iron Man shifts, yo. He what did you announce? Like 8 hours a day for 3 days straight, Jesse? That is so swapping frames and motors, isn't it? It took me way too long to realize this, but yeah, it's 4 screws instead of 12. And just putting the motors on is way more difficult than just dropping the AIO in. The hardest part about this is getting the grommets to stay in the AIO. And there we go. It's swapped over. 4 screws, and we're back up in the air. Where's that big screw for the front? There it is. 2 12-hour days. Good Lord. And then the WeBleed 500, it was a blast. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of talking. How'd your voice hold up when I do the 12-hour live streams? Typically around Christmas time, my voice does not do well. Although I do live a life where I don't really talk all that much. Like on a given day, I usually only talk for maybe like a half an hour. At the end of the day to Maggie. The rest of the day, I'm just down here editing and stuff, just not really speaking. So my voice is not like ready for 12 hours of talking. You know what I mean? Mr. Tiny Whoop indeed. Does everybody know the origins of Tiny Whoop? Like, what does that mean? Everybody know where that comes from? If not, think of the saying, "Big whoop," and you'll pretty much know it. It's just like a reversal of that, you know, like most people think it's just like the name of these little things, but the origin is that, like, yeah, it's the opposite of big whoop. Tiny whoop. Rob Axelson, what's up, homie? All right, and we're gonna plug these motors in, and away we shall go. The other thing that's nice about testing motors like this is that it allows you to use the same AIO. running different AIO, like the quality control in these AIOs is so bad that like I've had experiences where I'm like, oh man, these motors aren't nearly as good, and then I swap the motors to the AIOs, and the motors are fine. It's the AIOs one of the AIOs is starting to go bad. So this is arguably the best way to really test motors, unless you have two AIOs that you know are good, which in this case I do. I know that both of these AIOs are good to go. So what you want to make sure that you don't do, though, is to take the AIO and the canopy out of the one frame, and instead of putting them into the other frame, you put them right back into the same frame. You definitely want to make sure that you don't do that, because when you do that, you have to do it all over again. God damn it. This is not the first time that I've done this either. This is not the first time that this has happened before. I don't know what it is. I guess because I'm like talking and I'm just not paying attention. God damn it. Like the propellers are completely different colors. God damn it, Jim. Luckily, it's really easy to do. Okay, here we go. Once more with feeling. All right. Take this one that I already flew, and I'm going to put it over here this time. What's up, CMYK? Customer service job. Eva FPV had a customer service job drinking 5 cups of tea with a ton of honey a day to keep my voice from dying. Yeah, it's nuts, man. Rob Exon flew 5-inch rigs with different rates. Can't decide what I like, dislike. Gonna put different rates on a switch. That's really smart. Putting them on a switch is a great idea. All right, so now we're gonna put it into this frame with different motors this time. Wow, how amazing. I lost a grommet. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Here we go. And let's drop this guy in here. Keep these grommets on the AIO, hopefully. Come on, little buddy, get in there. There we go. Okay. Now we can try the 26,500 kV motors. I might not be able to change these props out because I pushed that one on so hard to the motor. So this might be the only time that we get to test these. I mean, these propellers are fine, so we'll be all right. But if for some reason I need to change a propeller, there might be a motor bell getting bent, or a motor shaft getting bent. We'll see. And here we go. Hey Jesse, what's with the other Colorado guys, man? Colorado used to have all kinds of pilots going on. Team Big Whoop. Are they doing cinematic stuff now, or are they have they moved on? Jet and I guess Gab lives there. I know Gab is still doing stuff, but I haven't heard anything from Jet in forever. Is he just busy on cinematic gigs, or did he step away? We've lost a lot of the OG big well-known pilots have just kind of moved on to something else, which is not super surprising because it you know, that's the way it works with hobbies. But a lot of those guys very early on were able to turn it into more than a hobby, which kind of makes me wonder. But yeah, like Team Big Whoop went away ages ago, which was kind of crazy because they were cranking out content for a while there. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to check with turtle mode is if this AIO, if channel 3, motor 3 on this AIO is a little bit weak, or if it was the motors, the 28,500 kV. So let's take a look here. We're going to plug a battery in. We're going to fire up turtle mode. We're just going to fire full blast motor 3 and motor 1. Is Jet in Seattle? I thought he was in Colorado. Motor 1. All right, here we go. Ready? Motor 1. Motor 3. So their motor 1 is still firing up a little bit more, but it's much closer. So the AIO is fine. And I did bend that motor shaft a little bit when I was taking the propeller off. Here's all 4 motors. 1, 2, 3, then 4. So motor 2 is actually now a little bit weaker, and that does not track. That's not the way that the other motors were, so that means that the AIO is fine, and the variance is in the motors. There's always a little bit of a variance in the motors. That's fine. Let's see how the runtime is. So these are now the prototype 0702 28,500 kV motors. So obviously less power. We've now gone down 2,000 kV. Man, that throttle resolution though. Send it up the stairs here and we'll see what's up. So we can't really learn much of anything in terms of runtime because of the turtle moding that I was just doing. So we'll just get some flight feel on these. I haven't been able to feel a difference in terms of like, see that? Like that kind of thing right there, like a low throw into that dive tunnel. Having the lower KV actually helps there with that extra little bit of throttle resolution at the bottom. Being able to get out the bottom hole. But where I would struggle is this. Because it's not going to have enough, it's not going to have the same amount of power at the bottom. So it's an interesting sacrifice. Power versus, ooh, yeah, there, you could definitely see the lower KV there, to the point where, ooh, it actually prop washed. The higher KV, more powerful motors have enough power to fight that prop wash off. Oops. As you go lower in KV, you lose PID loop authority, and you lose a little bit of that ability to handle prop wash, and just the flight performance is not quite as good. So we're doing a little better on runtime with these, which makes sense. They're a lower KV, 26,500. We're at 2 minutes and 50 already. And we're only at 3.4 rather. But yeah, these are significantly lower KV. Uh-oh. Get me out of here. All right, let's come back downstairs. Battery's going to start to get really soft now. This is another 300 mAh battery. Oh boy. Don't kill. Ah, this battery's toast. 3.27. It's going down. Going down fast. So 3 minutes and 19. So significantly better runtime. Which tracks? That's a lot better runtime though. I think maybe the prototype 28,500s. I think maybe they are the manufacturer is going a little bit too far to make the extra RPM. So there's a lot of different ways to make extra RPM. Some of the ways to make extra RPM will really affect efficiency, and my gut instinct is that they are the easier ways to make more KV that don't include the retooling of machines will significantly affect efficiency. And my guess is that either that's what's going on with the 28,500s, or one of my 28,500s might be bad. Like that motor number 3 that's spinning up not quite as high. Maybe that motor is bad and it's eating the extra juice that's reducing the runtime. So let's swap over. This guy's done. Let's swap over to the 0603 26,000 kV. Metadertskin says, Jet's Instagram for the last year is almost all cinematic heavy lift stuff. Very cool. Must be busy with that. Nice. NFN World Peace. Thanks for the assists. Asleep, bring these glorious bars of rescue. Enjoy the whooping. Glad you guys got it figured out. Original Big Whooper all around. Jordan's flying for Hollywood. Provo still. That's it. Provo. That's who I couldn't think of. Chris works on space stuff, but still comes to fly. But there's a really huge new posse of co-pilots. Very cool. So yeah, let's get these 0603s up in the air on the last of the 300 mAh batteries, and then we're gonna move over to the 270 mAh batteries, which are about a gram lighter. I'll be interested to see if I can feel the difference. So these are Tiny Whoop 0603 26,000s. Oh my god. Okay, so these make significantly more power. Which makes sense. They've got more stator volume. 603 is significantly more stator volume than 702. Yeah, so these also feel more crisp, and what that is the response time, also known as transient response. It's how quickly it's able to change the speed of the rotating assembly. The rotating assembly being the motor bell and the propeller. Oh, I thought I could blind drop down through the dive gate there, but I didn't quite get there. Oops. Come on now. Oh my god. All right, get me out of here. What? All right, reset. Hit the reset button. Come on. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try to do. Oh. What is happening? These motors are heavier, and that's gonna cause it to kind of slide around a little bit more. That might be what's going on with me kind of getting hung up a bunch here. Oh, okay. Didn't have quite enough power to pull out of that dive. Oh, okay. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Oh, man. I came close to the top of that thing. All of my timing is based around like 30,000 kV motors. So on these lower kV motors, my timing will be a little bit off. But what's kind of cool about that is what it ends up being is that I get closer to stuff. Like when I usually do moves and I'll like easily clear the top of this thing. And then with the lower kV motors, I'll just like skim the top of it, which I kind of like in a way. Like I talk about that a lot with 5-inch rigs, how like you should run the least amount of power you possibly can. And this is sort of that. This is an example of that. I don't know why I let that fall. That was it was just wishful thinking. That was the refrigerator that just snuck alongside of me. Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, you know what? This is also, I think there's a little bit more up tilt right now. Oh, those wires got me. Sons of bitches. These 603s are really interesting. I'm intrigued by them. Cool. Let's reduce the weight of this rig by a full gram and see what's what. This is a Tiny Whoop 270 mAh battery. I'm going to put it right through the same rig. This will make this build weigh pretty much the same as the 0702 build. So if I start pinballing around less, either I'm just flying better or the rig being lighter is causing that. So one of those two things is going to happen. I'm just getting a big long hair out of this motor. Oh, man. You guys were watching my big dumb face the entire time. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Mudderson says, is 802 25,000 kV adequate for a tiny lifter? Absolutely not. I'm going to do a lot of motor swaps and get the WeBleed shape. Now, it's the 0802s overheat on the tiny lifters, and 25,000 is nowhere near enough kV. You need to go 2S on the tiny lifters. 1S on the tiny lifters is rough. It just doesn't work. I can't believe that entire battery. You guys were just looking at my big stupid face the whole time. Now, what's going on with the core temperature? Come back down. There it goes. Okay. No, no, no! Don't start playing Plinko. Sleeping child? Check. Oh god, don't go in the fireplace, please. Didn't quite get that right. Ugh. Let's go for 3. We did the power loop, we did the split S. Now let's go front flip. We got it. Ah, boo. So yeah, these 270 mAh batteries, when I run these on the 30,000 kV motors, it's a lot. It's asking a lot. There's a Super Nintendo controller. It's asking an awful lot of these batteries. They seem to really like these 26,000 kV motors a lot better. Which is awesome, because, yeah, not everybody wants to go completely banana pants with 30,000, 32,000 kV motors. I hope this core temperature thing is not going to be like, is not going to become a thing with this AIO as well. I've already got one of these Modulus 6 AIOs that flashes up core temperature warnings all the damn time. Oh, wait, no, this might be the one that does. It is. Okay, good. No, yeah, this is the, oh, boy. Here's that right there is the problem with these 270 mAh batteries. They just fall off a cliff. And I'm having a really hard time not over discharging them, and that's probably going to have quite the negative effect on their lifespan. Yeah, so that's the rig that that doesn't have the singularity antenna, and it's the rig that has that weird core temperature warning. All right, so now we're going to go back to the prototype 26,500 kV 702s on the 270 mAh battery. This is going to be a really lightweight setup. This will be kind of cool. Roboxon says, would a lighter battery equal more power when recovering from a fall? Yes, as long as the lighter battery can deliver the amps, right? Like if a lot of oh man, oh dick. A lot of times lighter batteries will sacrifice power. And so as long as that's not the case, and that is actually the case right now with these 270s, is that they make a little bit less power. Which is why they're performing well on the lower kV motors, but on the higher kV 30,000s, they're not doing quite as well. So yeah, it's a give and take. It's a give and take. I drug that kid now. They just sleep through everything. Oh God. All right, so 26,500 kV prototypes. I think I missed the gate. I'm not sure. Oh, you bastard, you. No, no, no. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, that was so close. I've kind of given up on that trick. These motors feel really good. I think I like them better than the 28,500s. I have a feeling that the manufacturer with the 28,500s just didn't, they kind of took the easy way out of making the extra kV. I could be wrong. Yeah, check this out. Patrick and I realized this the other night. If I come under here. Hold on, I gotta get it lined up. Come on. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Oh God! Oh no! Oh! Uh-oh. Come on now. Come on. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, Plinko. Donk. Battery's getting a little saggy. Watch the battery fall off a cliff. No, too late. Hey, I didn't over-discharge this battery. Look at me go. Wait, maybe I did. Yeah, no, I still gotta put it back on the charger. Rabox and S are banana pants equal to banana hammock in the south. They are not. They are not equal in any way. Hey, look at that. I'm caught up on chat. Cool. All right. Well, how was that runtime? How's the runtime between these two rigs? Has anybody noticed? What do you set your battery warnings on these Whoop builds? They're whatever they come like out of the box. I think it's like 2.9. That's a really good question. I think it's like 3.1 and 2.9. So if I was gonna run the the 270 mAh batteries a lot, I would need to raise my battery warnings up so that I have a chance before the battery just falls off the voltage just falls off the cliff. Patiently waiting for Betaflight to open up. Come on, you jerk. Come on, Betaflight. Please. Please. Savannah's baseball team is called the Savannah Bananas. Oh, boy. Now that's funny. The Savannah Bananas. Here we go. It is at 2.9 minimum, 3.2 warning. So I was pretty close. All right, here we go. One more battery through this rig, and then we're gonna finish up with the 0603 rig. Cool. Well, after 8, we're good. Going a little bit of extra hours, but that's okay. I like hanging out with you fellas. Here we go. WeBleedFPV prototype. Well, I'm tempted to run the prototype 28,500s on these smaller batteries. Look at that, though. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Woo! That was a close one. Oh, God. Now I'm doing it on purpose. Let's get the splash. Hey! Let's get a snare drum hit in. Damn it. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yay, we fell. Oh, no. Oh, no! Stop it. Uh-oh. Somebody's angry. Oh. Oh, nope. Right rear motor ain't coming on. There it goes. That's weird, yo. So that was the right rear motor. What is going on? So that's the right rear, motor number 1. What's happening, motor number 1? Plug looks fine. Yeah, I don't know, it spins fine. Weird. Both of these sets of prototype motors are doing that, though. Oh, there it is again. There it is again. What's happening? Now it's the left front. What? What is going on here? Spins freely. Oh, now the right rear is... Oh! Okay. All right. So these motors are falling apart. So it just spit... I'm sorry. The props are falling apart. It's spitting the props off. I just got hit in the face by a Venom prop. Weird. What? That's not the problem on the... Why would the motors be twitching? Yeah, these props are not fitting all that well anymore. Yeah, this prop is really loose. That's weird though. Why were the motors stuttering like that? That's very strange. Hold on, let's see. There they go. Wait a second. You guys can't see anything. See that? I remembered this time. I remembered. Oh, come on now. What is happening? Why is this happening with these motors? So now I can't turtle mode it over because only 2 of the motors are working, but now they're back. All right, so let me leave it armed for a second. That seems to give them a chance to... No. It's the front left motor again. Front left motor is not coming. Interesting. Yeah, this is why we prototype things. The company that makes these motors has not made these little tiny motors before. So yeah, I think they just need to. They just got something messed up. It's not the plug. The plug looks completely fine. It's firmly plugged in. Yeah, the motor just has decided to not spin. Let me pull the prop up on it a little bit. Motherson says, are the power settings still cranked in BlueJay? They're not. Yeah, no, this motor number 4 has died. It's just twitching, and the other set was doing the same thing. It was that left rear motor that was doing the same thing. It was just not hanging in there. Damn. The connections seem to be solid. None of the wires are pulling out of the I mean, it is covered up by shrimp wrap, but I mean, I can come in here and yeah, no. The wires seem to be firm. Let's try it one more time now that I just kind of move those wires around. Come on. Yep, nope. And it's two of the motors. It's motor 4 is completely done. Motor 1, and then it starts spinning. I bet you if I put a bunch more time on it, it would probably get worse, is my guess. But yeah, that's a shame. I was enjoying flying these. Let me put these back onto the 0603s, and we will finish up the rest of this battery. And I'm gonna pull that motor 4 that's failed all the way off, and I'm gonna pull the shrimp wrap and see if maybe it's just a solder joint on the between the wires and the PCB. What you know about that? These 0603s are super interesting, man. I gotta be honest. Uh-oh. Right-handed orbits are difficult. There we go. All batteries have been discharged. This is only bouncing up to 3.6, so I'm going to throw it on the charger just for a minute. So yeah, let's pull that prototype apart, see what we can see. Real quick. We will finish with a little bit of bench time. How it always works, isn't it? Alright, so that was motor 4 here. First thing we're going to do is pull the propeller off. Or not, because it is just welded on there. Okay. Well, I think that just bent the motor shaft. That kind of sucks. Okay. Let's try again here. I mean, I have to get this prop off. These Venom props, man, I don't... Like, I love that these Venom props have such cool colors, but they're just... It's just too... The hole's too tight, friends. The hole's too tight on these Venom props. Yeah, that motor shaft is now visibly bent. That sucks. Alright, well, I had a feeling that was going to happen, though, but... Yeah, it's bent. Oh, okay. There's the problem. There's the problem. There's a chance that this just happened from me forcing that prop off, but I don't think so. I think that this is what was causing the issue. The bell and the motor shaft have parted ways, and yeah. So let's take this off and see what's going on here. Again, that could absolutely have happened just now when I was prying that prop off. But, yeah. Well, we'll know. I mean, if I check the connections here and they're all strong, then this would explain why the motor wouldn't spin anymore. Let's take a look. Oops. Sorry, guys. There you go. Rob Oxison says, bad bearing. None of these actually have bearings. These are all bushing motors. And the bushings tend to not fail because they're just a solid chunk of metal. Yeah, no, I think that was the problem. So these all look... these solder joints actually look beautiful. So much so that I'm going to show them to you. Yeah, they did a great job soldering these motor leads on. That's beautiful. So yeah, the bell and the motor shaft kind of parted ways. I mean, if these are bearing prototypes, then yeah, technically this could be a bearing failure. But I think that the bell... Yeah, no, the bell is moving on the motor shaft. The bell is rotating on the... Not rotating, but it's wobbling on the motor shaft here. Let's take the C-clip off. I mean, we might as well dig in. This motor is shot now, so we might as well rip it the rest of the way apart. And this will show us if it's a bearing or a bushing motor. Beta FPV makes these little tiny motors with bearings in them. I have heard from 2 separate people that that's a bad idea because there are no bearings that apparently they're dental bearings, and from what I've heard, there are no bearings that are rated for the RPM that we're wanting to put these things through. So apparently that's why most manufacturers go with bushings rather than bearings in these tiny little motors. When the bearings get really small like that, the little tiny balls that are inside of there, they end up having to spin so fast, and they do have like a rating. And yeah, apparently the KV the RPM that we're looking for is north of that rating. Man, this C-clip is hard to get off of here. I mean, they're never easy to get off, but this is noticeably harder than any of the other motors I've done. Okay. Oh shit! It is a bearing. Look at that. So we might have figured out why most manufacturers don't be using bushings. Here, let me show you guys. So this actually is a bearing. That is very rare. So let's pull it the rest of the way apart. Actually, I'm just going to leave it like this. See if I can do this on camera for you guys. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. On the detail cam, I should say. Alright. And no, it's too hard. It's too hard for me to do that while holding it up in the exact spot for you guys to be able to see. So let me just get this done and then I'll show you. So, oh, well, this is actually very clever. This is very, very, very clever. So they've put a bearing on the bottom, but then they put a bushing on top. And that's kind of genius, if I'm honest. And yeah, the problem that we've got here is that the motor shaft and the motor bell are parting ways. They are saying goodbye to one another. This is a brilliant way of doing this, though. And the reason being, and I'll just show you guys. So there's the bushing that's up on top. And so when the motor shaft, when the motor bell and shaft are sitting there and you slam into something, it gets pushed like this. Right? So you smack it into something and it gets pushed like that or like that or like that. Right? And now look at the angle and think about the top and bottom bearing and bushing. So every time you hit something, the top bearing or bushing takes all of this load, all of this sideways load, but then the bottom one, it barely moves at all. So if you'll notice on like 5-inch rigs that you really slam, your bottom bearings will like last forever, and your top bearings will only last like a handful of huge hard slams. So this is actually a genius way to do this motor. Bearing on the bottom, which is going to give you some extra efficiency, and then bushing up on top. That's really smart. I really like that. As long as that bearing is going to hold up. But this is our problem with this motor and potentially the other motor, which is that, there you go, you can see it. the motor shaft and the bell are, yeah, they're coming apart. So if I push down pretty hard on this, I can probably get this motor shaft out of the bell completely. Maybe not. No, okay, it's not coming out, but the bell was wobbling and the magnets were rubbing against the stator. So yeah, that obviously is no good. I wonder if that's what's going on with the other one. So on the other one, on the 28,500s, where I was having that efficiency problem, it was motor 1, which is back here. So let's pull the prop off, and I'll see if I can tell if that's also happening on this one. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Seems to be all right. Man, the efficiency was really bad on this one. I wonder what the hell was going on. I mean, I guess maybe that's starting to happen, possibly. Let me hold this really firm. Ew, okay, yeah, so it's starting on this one as well. So when I hold the motor shaft and don't let it spin, I do not have to put much force on the motor bell to get it to spin. So the same thing is happening here. Oh yeah, and it just got way worse. So that would also explain the efficiency issues. The bell and the motor shafts are not spinning at the same RPM. Is it happening on all of them? Let's see. Yep, it's happening on all of them. The motor shafts and the bells are coming apart. See that? I'm holding the bell of the motor. So the prop is grabbing on the motor shaft hard enough. I looked at the bottom a second ago and I can see the C-clip spinning. So yeah, this is the motor shaft spinning on the bell. Let's see if it's doing on all of them. Nope, this one's good. This one's good. So it's doing it on 2 of them. Okay, so it's only doing it on 2 of them. What about this guy? Let's see if it's doing it on this guy as well. No, that one's okay. Starting to do it a little bit on that one, but it's not that bad. I had to push on it pretty hard. And this one's fine. So out of 8, 2, it's starting to do it on 2 of them, and then we had 1 total failure. Welcome to the wonderful world of prototyping stuff, friends. Every time that somebody is like, yo, why don't you make products? Why don't you make a frame? Why don't you make your own motors? This is why, luckily, there are awesome people like Zotek from WeBleedFPV and Jesse from Tiny Whoop and all the other people that make stuff that are willing to go down this very painful road of speccing a product out in China and then waiting for the prototypes and then sending the prototypes to people that are going to pound the shit out of them and test them and then actually listening to the feedback. Yeah, I mean, it's it's really hard to do, and it's really frustrating, and, you know, people like Bob Ruge have lost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 through this process, and, yeah, I can't afford that. I don't have the time or the money to do that, but luckily there are other people that are much more stubborn than I am, and I'm pretty stubborn, so that's something. So yeah, the 26,500s flew really nice. The 28,500s definitely seemed to be more down on power than they should, which makes sense because they also were very down on efficiency, 1 full minute less of runtime versus a higher KV Happy Model 0702. So I suspect that they were having the same issue. But maybe not. Maybe they were. Maybe the motor manufacturer is just cutting corners. Like, for example, one of the ways that you can get more KV that is cheaper is to run magnets that are less magnetic, that have less magnetic force. That will get you more kV, but it will significantly affect the efficiency of the motor. Happy model very obviously does not do that because their 30,000 and 32,000 kV motors make mega power and are still plenty efficient. So it's a toss-up. There's a chance that this company did that. There's a chance that the motor shaft was spinning on the bell, and that's where we saw the efficiency hit. I don't know. I can't really make a guess at that. But this does not take much force to spin this propeller on this motor bell. And this one did not take much force either. So, yeah, interesting. What do you think, fellas? Rob Axelson says, is that a chip lifting tool I've seen on your Etsy store link? It certainly is. The chip lifter is the only way to pull off those stubborn propellers from your tiny whoop motors and have any chance of not bending the shaft. Although, if the propeller is really jammed onto the shaft, this can still definitely bend the motor shaft. That's for sure. The move is that if you're putting a propeller onto a tiny whoop motor and you're having to start muscling it, stop. If you have to muscle it on, it ain't coming off. So yeah, get a different set of propellers, find a 0.98 millimeter drill bit and drill the propeller out a little bit, or 0.99. I don't know what the exact right number is. But yeah, if you're going to jam a propeller under a motor shaft, you're probably not going to get it off. So I hope you like that propeller, and I hope you don't bend or break the propeller. Ramdongo says, well tested. Thank you, brother. Rob Axelson says, how do I get one of those cool CiottiFPV stickers like the one in your toolbox? All stickers are available on my Etsy store, which is linked over on CiottiFPV.com. But the brand new Gangly Gang stickers, you're going to have to PayPal me for, because I haven't had a chance to put them up there yet. Over on CiottiFPV.com, there's a PayPal button. $10 for one. $5 for one. $10 for two. Tell me what you want. Both holographic, one normal, one holographic. If you send me $10, make sure you put your address in there. If you send me $10 for two, I'll throw in a third sticker for free, because that's just the kind of guy that I am. Alec DeFornick with the last super chat of the night. Sorry I missed you till now. I guess I have to go back to see tonight's results. Yeah, it was a good stream tonight. Good flying. Interesting testing between these motors. And yeah, thanks for hanging, friends. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me a jerk. That's not true. They call me Ciotti. Have a great night, friends. Here's the rest of the tiny K truck chasing from the beginning of the live stream with a little bit of epidemic sounds for that ass. Be good, friends. I'll see you Friday at 7. Later.